Do you truly dare to follow your dreams? How far are you willing to go? How driven are you? How much noise are you willing to ignore? I learned so much from this young mother who struck balance between being a mom, a wife, a new daughter in law, and a student. And a big shout out to her husband and family who stood firm by her, even when it meant that her husband had to leave his job temporarily to support the family. This is the true meaning of partnership, teamwork, and resilience. I brim with pride as I welcome Beth Sailo, one of the only two women from Mizoram to get into the prestigious Yale University. Candid with Candy, where heroes come to life. Beth Sailo from Connecticut, USA. And I am Candy, your host for the show, and I have an announcement to make today. This will be my last video for the year as I will be on a maternity break. I can't believe this is the 50th episode for the year. Thank you so much for all the love that you've shown so far. I'll see you guys next year, and I wish each of you a Merry Christmas and a beautiful, beautiful New Year. Much love and hugs. Mwah. Hello, good morning, Beth.
Good morning. Thanks for having me in your show.
Thank you so much for saying yes to my invite. You are one of the brightest Mizo girls. You have gotten to, one of the Ivy League schools, one of the best in the world, and it's not common. And hence, I'm extremely proud. And because of that, I'd like to start off with, a little bit about your academic background.
So I did my Bachelor of Science from Bangalore, Mount Carmel College. And then I joined Mizoram University for my Master of Biotechnology. And then after that, I did my PhD from IIT Guwahati. And now here I am at Yale doing my postdoc at the Department of Surgery at Yale School of Medicine. I wasn't like a bright student, but I tried my best to be at the top always. And, I study hard. Yeah.
You studied very hard.
Yeah, I'm like a studious one.
No, I'm sure. And it has paid off, right? So tell us, what was your dream as a little girl?
We're always fascinated by fashion, and like fashion shows and designing. And also, I always wanted, to become a fashion designer, actually. Then I started taking up science because I wanted to become a doctor after my 10th standard. And I even, tried the entrance exam for MBBS and all, but I didn't get the MBBS exactly. I was getting like the dental one, like where you get in the Mizoram quota. So I just decided, no, let me go on the, graduation path, like BSc and an MSc. So that's when I decided.
I see. This is like the $1 million question, right? Especially as a woman, as a girl, especially when we start a family and there's so many crossroads, right? Decisions need to be made. What do we do? And you did the most important part of your PhD degree, after having given birth to your son. Tell us about that journey a little bit so that, it also gives other girls the courage to say that, so what if I'm married? So what if I have a child? It doesn't mean I need to let go of my ambition or my dream, right? I can still do both.
There was the COVID thing happen. So like I was supposed to go back to my institute at IIT Guwahati after I got married. So I got married during my PhD. So we were supposed to go back and, like continue my PhD. I mean, like I was at the final stage. So, but we couldn't go. So we were at home and then I got pregnant and then still like the whole year we couldn't go back. And since I was pregnant as well. So my supervisor was like, start writing your thesis and like, let's get it done. So I couldn't write much during my pregnancy as much as I could write after, having my baby, his name is Dylan. It was in his second month that I started writing because, my boss was like pushing me, you have to like submit your thesis by December. And it was around October and like end of October. So like, that's when I decided like to push myself. So like I was lucky enough to have a family who supported me a lot, especially my husband. I need to give him a credit because he took care of Dylan so well, and he made sure, and my mom also, like both of them, they make sure that I have time to study and work on my thesis. So and I was blessed to have like a son who sleeps so peacefully at night that from like 8 to the next day morning he sleeps, like, so that is the time when I can actually start working and writing. During the day it's like the baby and being a wife, and then during the night when they're asleep is when I started working and studying.
So, how many hours did you typically invest during the night?
So when he sleeps around, Dylan, when he sleeps around like 8 or 9, then then I started working around 10, and then it can go up to 3:30. Like 3 is like my sometime maximum. Like so it can go to up to 3:30. From like 3:30, I could sleep till 9, 10. So yeah, it works like that.
So, about 6, 7 months, you kind of
Yeah,
followed
yeah,
the nights.
yes,
No, that's commendable, and not to say that sacrificing sleep is good.
yeah.
That's not the point here. I think the point is really about making those adjustments, and what I feel is one of the most important things for you then was your support system.
Yes, true, true.
Through your family, like your husband, your in-laws, your own your own parents, etc. But that is truly commendable. So while you were going through this, did you have any kind of guilt? What was going through your mind when you had to juggle between being a mom, being a student, being a wife, being an in-law?
I mean, you need to have guts to just sit and write instead of doing other things which you are, expected to do. But, I was like so, how would I say that? I was so driven and I just wanted to finish it off because, I don't have a job and I had a baby, so I know that I have to finish this PhD and get a job so that I can provide for my son. Most of my friends have become independent and they have a job. I couldn't think of anything else but to just like finish it off. So but at some point obviously I was very stressed. Like if I tried to enjoy and go out also, I could not because my mind is not there.
Were there any people talking, like outsiders talking? Did you have any of those experiences?
I gained a lot of weight after I like had the baby. So the most thing that would people ask would be like, you become so fat. Like commenting on the weight, that was like reflecting. I have a bad reflection of me because of that also. And and I know that yeah, I didn't lose weight because half of the time I was sitting and writing instead of working out. Yeah, like people commenting on that, it really affects you like mentally as well. Yeah, the best thing is to like not listen, like just get on and go on with your life, do what works best for you.
I absolutely agree. And that's what I've always been doing. Not many people like me for that, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
And then, after all the work that you put in, you finally get your PhD degree and you become a doctor. And that was what you aimed
Yes,
for.
yes.
And the next step was, what do I do? Right?
Like I told you, I want to get a job fast, like as soon as possible. But that was not happening in Mizoram. Like the job opportunity there, it was a bit less during that time. I know that if I want to excel, I need to do postdoc. Like if I want to have a career in research, so I started applying for a postdoc in India first. But then the Indian process was taking a lot of time. I asked my husband, should I try applying for postdoc in US because I have my sister here. So if we can, live nearby to my sister, like I can do postdoc and it would be nice. And he said, okay, fine. I started applying for US, so I searched for all the postdoc advertisement from naturejob.com, sciencejob.com. You don't get replies, so you start to doubt, is my CV right, is my cover letter not good enough? I asked my friends who have done the same thing, and they asked me, like, you have to send like hundreds and hundreds of emails, then you get like a few replies who would be interested.
How many hundreds of emails do you think you would have sent to finally get to, the 2, 3 interviews?
I think I sent more than like 600, 700. Like,
So why I'm kind of asking these questions is, just behind the scenes, right?
yeah.
Even though you are, and I believe you were like one of the star, performers, even in college and university. I think you were a gold medalist. We didn't talk about that.
Yeah, I was a gold medalist in my master degree at Mizoram University. So gold medalist means you're the first ranker.
Yeah. So somebody who's, a gold medalist, which means that you were number one, you still had to, after your doctorate degree, you still had to apply and write, 600, 700 emails to get to where you are. So, it's not easy, right? Irrespective of, how good you are. I think, you still have to prove your mettle. You still have to prove yourself over and over again. This is not like a one-time exercise, it's
Yes.
every single day we have to get up and prove ourselves every single day. And
True.
that is what, your life shows. And a lot of people in your situation could have given up, saying, what's the point of becoming, what's the point of me being number one when I have to, spend so much time in application. And you were talking about self-doubt, am I really
Yes, true.
worth it? But so for everybody who's listening in, all of this is absolutely normal, I think. um, all of us go through this, the phase of self-doubt, but it's really about pushing through that, right? No matter how you
Yes.
feel. And you see that in Beth's life, and we are so proud of her. So thank you for sharing
Thank
that
you.
excellent story.
Thank you so much. I hope it inspired at least one person.
Yeah, you're probably the only second Mizo to be at Yale, right? I don't think there are more Mizos that ever got into Yale before you.
I'm not sure. Yeah, as far as I know, I'm the second one.
Which is again extremely prestigious when it comes to the tag, right? And that to both women. I mean, it couldn't have gotten better, And I'm
True.
so, I just feel so happy about it. How does it feel to be the second woman?
Well, I feel really lucky, and I feel, really blessed, to be able to get here and, start my, research experience at Yale. And as you know, there's a tag, it's always going to be there for the rest of your life. So, and that's amazing.
What was your first impression of the country and the university?
My first impression, I shall say, is, we've seen US in movies and music videos. And it's much more beautiful in person, in real life, because it's so beautiful. And I came during end of October, like there was autumn fall leaves everywhere. It was so beautiful, and I was lucky enough to have my sister who picked me up from the airport. Took me to all the good hotels. I had a very nice experience on the first few first week. And we love the food. We're used to this. I love cheese and burgers, so I had nothing adjusting with the food. University wise, it's beautiful. You have all these historic buildings and nice architecture. And the university is not in a one gate university. It's scattered through this city of New Haven. So, and I think more than 60% of Yale University students are from outside US, outside America. So you feel like you're at the right place, because you see so much of people from Asia, from Europe. It's a very diverse university. So you will have you will like it. Just that it's easy to adjust here.
Beautiful, beautiful. I hope you make the most of your time at Yale. Typically, especially in our state, right? In the state of Mizoram, most families go out of the city, and it's usually due to the husband's work. And in your case, it's the other way around, where, the woman of the family gets an opportunity and goes out of the country. So, having said that, from your own life, right? What message do you have for, the youth, especially the young girls out there?
I think my advice would be, to be fierce always. Doesn't matter where you're married or you have kids. Don't let your dream die out. Go chase your dream. Achieve that goal. You will always have somebody to help you along the way. There will always people who understands you, who are willing to help you, and that can be your husband too, who is ready to sacrifice his few years so that you can achieve your dream. Because at the end, what is the end product? It's all for the family, right? If they have that mindset, if even the guys, if they have that mindset, uh, I'm not working, it's my wife working. For a guy, that's like, that hurts my pride and all. But it's not about that. It's like at the end, obviously, at one point you're gonna get a job as well. It's just a phase, like a turning point. So if you just pass through that, like everything will work out.
Kudos to both. I think the partnership between you and your husband, right?
Yes.
Him doing what he's doing, and I wouldn't really call it a sacrifice. It's just a change of, I think, roles for the time being.
Rules. Yeah.
And that understanding that you have,
Mhm.
and you know I think that's very, very mature of him.
Always thank you.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Welcoming Beth all the way from Connecticut to Candid with Candy's Rapid Fire. What's your favorite word?
Patience.
Do you prefer texting or talking?
Texting. Please text before calls.
What's your favorite family activity?
Karaoke, like during Christmas, that's amazing.
Hello.
Always. Hi.
Good morning. What do you miss most about Mizoram?
My family.
What's your hobby?
Right now is spending time with Dylan.
Your favorite Mizo food?
Bai. I love bai. The bai.
Me too. Is there any extreme sport you'd like to try?
Well, I'm scared of heights, so let's say bungee jumping.
I had a lovely time. Thank you so much for your time, Beth.
Thank you so much for having me.